Look at this beauty. So it took me a long time to update this to Windows 8.1 because I didn't need one install of Windows. No, I had to take this motherfucker. So this guy obviously built in the mid 2000s with its design. But here's some of the outstanding features. This thing has Harman Kardon speakers. Hold on. See if I can get it to focus. There we go. Look at them speakers. These boys get real loud. Hang on. It's got to focus again. But yeah, look at this beauty. That is a light. That is a light. That is all touch, like the media keys up here. Right? Hold on. There we go. The media keys up there are lights. The power button lights up. Unfortunately, the keyboard doesn't light up, but this light provides enough light on the thing. It's actually very well designed, especially for like a mid-2000s laptop. So there's the processor that's in here. So this is a 32-bit version of Windows 8.1. I got this for under $100. I got this for $40. The seller just wanted to get rid of it because it's been sitting in their place. I told them it'd be good use. And the reason I aimed for a 32-bit version is obviously, well, with PC gaming, especially like older disc-based media. But most older programs, such as this one, it doesn't mention the bit rate. But regardless, at the time, this would have been a 32-bit software. So the idea is this is as accurate as I can get hardware-wise to older programs while still running a relatively modern operating system. I decided to halt at Windows 8.1. So this computer originally started on Windows Vista. So here is my recently burned pirated copy of Windows Vista. There's the activation key that I found worked. Y'all can snag that if you want. It's still updating drivers and everything, so it's gonna beep bloop in the background. But yeah, we'll get there. So then I discovered, oh, you need the security patch to be able to update it to Windows 7 Ultimate. This didn't require code because it just bummed off that code right there. So when I updated to Windows 7 Ultimate, I had to find a code that worked. So there's a code that worked. And then finally, I got it to Windows 8.1. There's a code that worked. Yeah, so essentially I got this to run Windows 8.1 for free. So this only costed me $40, which is wicked. The only downside is the disk drive just randomly stopped working. I'm assuming the lens, it just needs some like WD-40 or something, so I'll get that on my next paycheck. But God, if this computer isn't beautiful for the mid-2000s. Obviously, it's chanky. Right now I'm using an external disk drive, and boy, that fan. You guys can hear that? And that's not even me going in the settings yet. I've got to put this in, I got to put this still in, like maximum output mode. And that fan's probably going to go real insane. But yeah, like as you can see, the I/O on this thing is insane. So it has HDMI, which is very uncommon for the time. Obviously, you have the common VGA port back here, right? So you got the VGA. Then you got, I was really surprised to see this. This is a PS2 connector, so I can get an old ball mouse for this computer, which I'm definitely going to do. I've wanted to have a ball mouse for a long time, and if I'm going to do vintage PC gaming, you bet your ass I'm going to use a ball mouse. But then yeah, HDMI, which is very uncommon for this time. HDMI, and then you got not one LAN port. I think this is LAN. I think that is LAN. But I think there's two. Yeah, there's another. Or is that an RJ45 jack? I don't know. It might be. I think that's a secondary LAN port over here. This thing has two LAN ports, which is nuts. It has Wi-Fi on it too. This has built-in Wi-Fi with the like on-off switch. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of ourselves. So from the HD, we had the LAN port, right? And then we have this, which you may or may not realize this. This is a very weird shaped USB port, wouldn't you agree? Well, that's because this is SATA as well. I think you would just take a SATA cable and like stick it in there and it could work. Like you could power an external hard drive just by SATA alone. I guess there might be some benefit to that. I don't know. I didn't grow up in like I wasn't lucky enough to have a laptop like this back in the day. So if you did and know what that was, I'm assuming that is just a SATA key right there. But yeah. But then yeah. So that's USB 2.0 high speed, as you can see on the top here. And then again, just a regular USB 2.0. And this is a FireWire, I believe, or is this an iLink? I can't remember. I think this port's on the PS2. I can't remember what the fuck it's called though. But then yeah, we got this little expansion thing that Toshiba did. Toshiba, now known as Dynabook. So you can expand the I/O even more. I think I'm gonna try to find one of those expansion bays for this that have like compact flash, just cause. But yeah, it still has a dummy card in there. Here's a better look at the lights from a different angle. Absolutely beautiful. And then, as you guys kind of saw earlier, there is more I/O on the front here. So we have a toggleable Wi-Fi connection. So there's a Wi-Fi card on here. It's 2.4 gigahertz, obviously. So you can turn the Wi-Fi manually on and off via the hardware. And then then we have I believe that's an IR sensor, which is really good. I think this is an IR sensor. I have every reason to believe that's an IR sensor, which is really good. Because if I do end up collecting Palm Pilots again, that means I can beam applications directly to this PC, which is going to be great. But then we have a standard SD card slot. Now this can fit your memory sticks, it's one of those multi-channel ones. But then we have individual. This is really good for gaming. I wish more companies would do this still. But yeah, you have a headphone jack and mic jack here. And then my favorite part of this whole computer is the fact that it has an actual wheel. As you can see, that works. We got more USB 2.0s on this side. Oh yeah, as you can see, there's the disk drive that I was saying is having issues with right now. So I'm going to try taking this like WD-40 to there. And hopefully that'll fix the issue. Because when I load a disk in, it sounds like it's like getting stuck, like it's moving to a certain point. Maybe the lens is getting shot, which I could get the lens repaired. There's a local repair shop. Maybe he knows what to do. And I mean, for the $40 I paid, getting a new battery in here and doing the disk drive, just getting it up and running, and because this is just absolutely beautiful. Again, 4 USB 2.0 slots. Very, very, very uncommon for the time that this computer was built. I think that from the research I've done, this computer was built in 2006? Right? Because it was a Vista computer. It has a Vista sticker on the back. I have actually a photo of that Vista sticker. The code for some reason didn't work. But if you have a Toshiba laptop and still the original disc, maybe it's specifically an OEM code. So have at it if you have a Toshiba and still have the original backup disc. But yeah, there's another Ethernet. I think that's another Ethernet jack right there. Or maybe that's an RJ45. I don't know. Or like a dial-up connection thing. I don't know. I don't think that's maybe it's another Ethernet port. I don't know why there's another Ethernet port. Or could that be? Could that be FireWire? That's actually probably FireWire now that I think about it. It doesn't seem to have anything in it though. Huh. Odd. I never really took a closer look at that. But yeah, then they have this giant, thick power cable The OEM battery, by the way, that's still in here, gets about 10 to 15 minutes, give or take, on charge, which is, considering the laptop's age, that is actually considerably pretty freaking good, all things considered. But yeah, I really wanted to show this off because this is just it's beautiful. And then it has this like mirrored finish to it. It's very 2000s. It's just, everything about this, just chef's kiss. It's just, so good. Glossy finish. It's terrible by today's standards. But like, even the screen's brightness still kind of holds up surprisingly well. Something fell and I don't know what it is. Yeah, I'm going to install The Sims 2 and some other programs and load on the photos and stuff and programs that I have on disk here. Because yes, Windows 8.1 is still supported despite it not being supported by Microsoft. It's still being supported by programs. I don't know how long, but I do like having some functionality. And probably will be carrying this out just for the conversational piece aspect when I get a new battery and everything in there, obviously. But yeah, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like. This has been your favorite nobody from Canada, Powerhouse, reminding you to like, subscribe, and share this with your friends.